What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about my biggest regret as a parent having narcissistic personality disorder. Stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. So one of my biggest regrets at being a parent and having narcissistic personality disorder is that all three of my kids get different versions of me. So I've been in psychotherapy dealing with narcissistic personality disorder since October of 2017, and I have three kids. I have a 14-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So my oldest son was about 9 years old when I first started going to therapy. My middle son was about a year old, and my daughter wasn't born yet. So I've been in therapy for almost 5 years. So that means the first 9 years of my oldest son's life, I was an unaware, toxic, narcissistic parent. And that's probably one of my biggest regrets in life because I was just a selfish person overall. I put myself before my children, and that just, that bothers me every single day. So right now in my life, the reason I go to therapy, one of the main reasons I go to therapy is to make up for lost time with my oldest son, my middle son, and to give my daughter the best life possible. And hopefully she doesn't end up with somebody like me. So if you have toxic narcissistic traits, go to therapy, get help for your kids and for yourself. They deserve it. They really do. So welcome back, y'all. So this is gonna be a tough episode. Gonna be I don't say super emotional episode, but like talking about this is kind of my soft spot. I know a lot of people asking me like, what triggers you, Lee? What triggers do you have? And this, that. Like, what makes you think about the past and things you've experienced? Yeah, one of my biggest regrets of having narcissistic personality disorder and being a parent is that, like I said in the short video, that all my kids will get a different. All my children will get a different version of me. I like right now, I have that video I recorded a while ago. Right now, my kids are 15 years old, 6 years old, and 2 years old, and I just think like I've been in therapy for 6 years. So my 15-year-old, he was like 8 or 9 when I first started therapy. My 6-year-old, he was the one that I was screaming and yelling at when my wife called me a narcissist. And my youngest daughter, she wasn't even born yet. So she has, if anything, the last 3 years of therapy that I've had have been the most impactful years of my life, therapy-wise, on my journey. So I feel like she's get the most she get the most therapeutic version of her dad. You know what I mean? So she won't know the narcissistic, toxic, ragey ass parent than my older two might, especially my oldest son. You know what I mean? He's seen me be super selfish with my time and not dedicate a lot of time and effort and energy to him because I was super selfish and egotistical and wanted to work on my goals and dreams that I pushed being a parent to the back burner. I was still a parent. I've never abandoned him or anything like that. But I probably were more along the lines to say I've abandoned him emotionally back in the past, to where at the point right now, I feel like I have to make up for lost time emotionally, and I just feel like I try to overcompensate sometimes by doing that. And my therapist said the same thing. She's like, you're gonna feel like you need to do more, but don't try to do too much because it's overkill. You'll drive yourself crazy. She's like, your son, he's seen your worst versions of you, but now he sees the best versions of you. So he's actually seen the most change. Like I used to look at it as like, damn, he's seen the worst version of me. Now I have to be better for him times 1,000. But my therapist is just like, he's old enough to the point where he saw the worst version of you. So he sees that if he has problems in his own life, he saw that his dad has worked through his own issues. He saw that his dad has went from being a yelling, ragey, screamy person to a person that talks more, that's more emotional, that will connect to him on a more emotional level. He's seen that part of you grow, and that makes me happy right there. That's why I like going to therapy, because I hear stuff like that. She's like, he saw the most growth. Your wife has seen the most growth. Your family members have seen the most growth, but like your kids, like my youngest son, like he's seen me be yelly, ragey. Because like I said, he's 6 years old. The first 3 years of therapy, I feel like I was making good changes, good effort in therapy, but I still was yelling and screaming and ragey. You know what I mean? The last 3 years I've gotten better, so he's seen a little shift in me too. Because he used to be scared of me. He used to be scared to talk to me and stuff like that. Where he would go ask his mom to tell me stuff, and that's embarrassing. That's super embarrassing. Where your kids ask their mom, they are afraid to talk to you, so they go ask the mom, to ask you for something. But now he's more comfortable asking me. He's still nervous and shy. He's like, Dad, can we do this? Can we go play Overcooked? It's a game on PS5 we play together. Can we play Overcooked, Dad? He'd be looking down. I'm like, yeah, man. Thank you for asking. Sometimes I'll say no just to joke. We're like, no, but thank you for asking. He's like, oh, man. And I was like, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? Then we go play the game or whatever. But they've seen the growth. So, but all of them get different versions of me. And I used to look at that and be like, damn, I'm messed up. I've ruined my kids for life. But like my therapist said, you got to put the work in. You have to continue to put the work in. Like your daughter is going to more than likely you'll be attracted to somebody who reminds her of her dad. So be somebody that you want to see her with. I'm like, it's even more. I feel like it's more pressure sometimes. You know what I mean? You feel like it's more pressure in this situation to be a better person. Like, oh my goodness, all the pressure. The pressure to be a good role model for my 15-year-old. The pressure to be a good role model for my 6-year-old. The pressure to be a good role model for my 2-year-old. It was like the pressure to be a good husband, a good father. I'm just telling you, the pressure is coming from everywhere. Pressure is coming from everywhere. But you also know what I understand as well, that not only does pressure bust pipes, pressure makes diamonds. You know, the same pressure that burst the pipe in your house makes a diamond, turns a piece of coal into a diamond. So I want to be a diamond. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let the pressure bust me open. It used to bust me. The pressure used to bust me. I'm all patched up from the pressure bursting me from back in the past. But now I'm putting the work in. So I'm just like, okay, now I'm putting the work in. So now I can be a diamond, as opposed to be letting the pressure destroy me. I can be a diamond right now. You know what I mean? But that's just how my mind works right now in the situation that I've kind of cultivated in my life right now. And I like I say again, I like putting the work in. The work I put in on myself helps me feel healthier, helps me feel like a better person. You know what I mean? Because my therapist, I used to, like I said at the beginning of the video, I used to be just so spiteful towards myself and beat myself up because my kids all get different versions of me. But my therapist is like, yeah, your middle son, your middle child, like he didn't see you kind of grow up. Your oldest son has literally seen you grow up from a young father of 23 years old to a 37, 38-year-old grown man that handles his own, that goes to therapy and that normalizes therapy and makes him feel like it's okay to not be okay. He can voice his opinions. He can talk to you and stuff like that. So I'm proud. I still have those regrets, but I'm working on getting rid of them and transferring them. Reframing my experience. Like my therapist, she's trying to help me reframe it and paint it in a better light. To not make excuses for my behaviors or anything like that, but to help me reframe my experience, to help me deal with it in a healthier manner as opposed to beating myself up. I can just keep putting the work in. You know what I mean? I can just keep putting the work in to be a better parent, be a better role model, and to be just better overall for my kids. Because that's always the goal right there. For me, at least. That's the goal for me. Not for everybody. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to grow up I don't want to get older and have these regrets. My kids all messed up. Also, my oldest son is in therapy, y'all. So we're working on that right now. So I'm just thankful for where I've come, y'all. I'm thankful for my journey. I'm thankful for all of y'all. I'm gonna keep this episode short and sweet to the point, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more. And if you haven't already, join the channel memberships. I have channel memberships available. I have a self-love journal on Amazon. Like and subscribe for more. Until this is out. Peace.